I know I said that this would be an alternate future video. It actually is. After the nuclear fallout, after the Russians, the North Koreans, Sudanese, all of them, when they got nuked, something bad happened. It leaked all throughout humanity, and they sort of just all forgot everything. So I guess this is sort of also like the start to an alternate future. Where civilization reside. And yes, sadly, all technology conveniently got disintegrated. That's kind of bad, isn't it? Anyways, we begin to see some little countries pop up. The Californian country, the Floridian country, which I'm just going to make it look something like this. Then, that's going to be the two North American countries. We go down to Brazil, where we see a little war thing happen, and it's gonna be a bit like reverse colonization. And then we see one more thing. It's just gonna be like this general section. What do we see first? We actually begin seeing them expand. They begin expanding out, and eventually begin circling back. So they go out, they circle back. They go out, they circle back. And eventually they take all this land. And we go up to here, where we see the Floridians. I'm gonna call the green country the Brazilians, yellow Peruvians, I guess, red Californians, purple I'm gonna call them, not purple, I'm gonna call them Floridians. We see them slowly expand up the coast, eventually meeting where like the 13 colonies sort of were. And they begin going out, but they see something. That's right, there's a country up here. And they're like, yeah, let's split the land. Like, if I split the land, I mean like just this. They're like this little section. Orange country gets up to here and down here. And you guys may be thinking that's unfair. Now the orange country is not very developed. Florida is. So they just begin expanding upwards. I don't really know what states are like here. I'm just gonna say like I'm just gonna call them Virginia. You see this just general section gets split by the Virginians and Floridians. They sort of get split, it sort of gets split like this. Anyways, away from the main characters, wait, let me just... we see the Californians expand into like where Nevada is, but they almost instantly see a rebellion. Sorry about that. and it's actually from the newly taken territories. The Nevadans, I don't know what to call them, I'm just going to call them the Nevadians, begin instantly expanding up. Then these two are like, we both are too tired for this. Let's agree to not fight. And then they decide to do that. And they also decide to sort of split the land. Nevada gets this. California gets the rest of the Baja. Now we see these two send a lot of... I'd say Peru probably has 1 million people. Brazil maybe 2. Virginia probably 500,000, Florida maybe 5, and these two both tied for about 2.5 million, about a couple 100,000 off. Anyways, they go down and they form a country which almost engulfs about half of southern Mexico. Or about where Mexico was for about 90% of the series. I already need more colours, oh god. Actually, I can just use regular purple. We see the Yucatan get formed. And eventually, like, the Caribbean form into one nation. Also, I used the alliance map, so I didn't... God, so I won't have to deal with any of this. We see Mexico begin to expand. And see a taco, they're like... This may or may not become a very big thing. Anyways, we actually see our first war. You see the Mexicans expand to here, when suddenly, dun, dun, dun. That's right, the Yucatanians are here. But they're not going to be here for long, you see. Because they don't have many people. They begin expanding down. And eventually I'd say their capital's probably there-ish. Eventually manage to take their capital and split them in half. This section will instantly falls. And they begin to dart right up. They split in half. And then they die. What happened? Oh my god. So, yippee! We also see a little section of... Actually, no, I'd say that probably won't happen. I think I might just call this Ultimate Future 8 / Civilization 1 The Aftermath. Around, I think this is the Great Lakes, a decently sized country gets formed. That's basically just around the lakes. I'm just gonna call it the Great Lake, or I don't know what to call it. They eventually managed to reach here and decide to split this general section with the Floridians. The Great Lake countries. Also, I just realised the most northern part of Canada is, the most northern part of the UK. It's like in line with like the midway point of Canada. They get something that looks a bit like this. Now you may be wondering why I drew it like that. Yeah, they sort of snake around them. And because I can't think of anything else to do, that's going to be it for now. Let me just... Oh wait. You've got to keep on breathing. That's it, because I can't figure out to do goodbye.